The Olympic opening ceremony was last night, and it was, yeah, really boring. I mean, I kept having to wake up my granny who was watching with us, and she kept waking up going, is this rubbish not over yet? Yes, it was the first time ever that the Olympic opening ceremony was done outside the stadium, and we now know why. It just doesn't work. So sending all the athletes down the Seine is a great idea, down the river, everyone in Paris can see them. However, you're missing the majority of the atmosphere. There was just no atmosphere. And now this may be down to French TV, because French TV, I'm not gonna lie, is rubbish. Every time the Six Nations comes round and the game is broadcast from the Stade de France, from French TV, the broadcast is dreadful. I mean, the TV angles are disastrous, and the swapping, changing, and the audio usually goes wrong. Now this may be a French TV thing, because the audio yesterday as well, while watching, seemed to be half out, half in at times. Like when there was music that should be playing, it wasn't coming straight through the broadcast channels. We were kind of getting secondary mics hearing it, so it just didn't really work. And that's maybe why we're missing some of the crowd atmosphere from the river. Maybe it was actually loud and really partyious on the river, and the athletes maybe experienced that, but for the TV viewers at home, or especially here in the UK, I don't know what it's like around the world, it wasn't great to watch and was pretty boring. And compared to previous opening ceremonies like London and Beijing's, where you could feel the vibrations, you could feel the crowd atmosphere going along with what's happening in the stadium, yeah, it just didn't have any of that. I applaud France for trying something. They did try something different. They are the first to try it, but they'll probably be the last to try it, because it just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel as good for a TV audience or for the audience there. Something that didn't help France's favour was probably the weather. The weather was dreadful yesterday. The rain really didn't help, and a lot of the camera angles, obviously, the camera lenses were getting covered in rain. The acts were getting covered in rain, so that probably didn't help, but you know, what can you do about the weather? You've just got to play along, and they did try to go along with it as best as possible, but yeah, it was just so boring, the whole thing. I just don't think it worked. Maybe if your French had worked, I'd love to know if your French was that really entertaining, but for here in the UK, it was just, yeah, appalling to watch really. It was so boring. It was generally boring. I was trying not to fall asleep. And then, the Olympics is all about inclusion and everyone together, everyone united. So why does the end of the opening ceremony have what is the Last Supper picture done with drag queens just mocking the Christian faith? Like, there is over 1 billion people watching this. A lot of them could be Christian. There's going to be a big majority. So why exclude them and make fun of their religion? You wouldn't do it with Islam, you wouldn't do it with any other religion, so why do that? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you don't need to include that in. That's just, yeah, it just annoyed me more than anything. Like, you don't need to do that. But that was the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I think it was a letdown. I think it has put it in a downer spin, this whole Olympics already. Hopefully the sport can revive it. But what did you think of the opening ceremony? Let me know in the comments.